celebrating the world's most popular sport. This is Ultimate Soccer. And now your host, here's Soccer Steve.
Here we go again, guys. Another pre-game, another World Cup qualifying game. And this time, it's Mexico. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you for everybody who's pushing this around. Let's keep building it. We're only 3 months old. Enough of the selling. Welcome, Mexico fans. Welcome, Canada fans. I'm going to give you my honest opinion of what's coming. And we've got a tactical video halfway through for you to get into too. And a weather warning as well at the end. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to go straight into this. I'm not going to mess around because time's cooking and you're looking. So, first thing is possible lineups. Look to the end of the video. There's going to be a picture there, which is what I'm going to gauge what should be roughly the starting sort of fixtures for both teams. The top 11, barring injuries or suspensions, because that's going to obviously mix it up, and or whether guys are feeling sick, whether guys are up for it, whether guys are not up to the weather coming. More about the weather when we get to the end of the show. But be aware, the lineups, what I see as a gauge, it will change on the day, no doubt about it. But some of the mainstay players, and we're talking key players, some of the key players for, let's say, Canada first of all, because they are the home team. Key players for Canada, you've got to say the front line always get the credit. But I'm going to start with the defence, because Stephen Vittorio and Mr. Miller at the back have done a phenomenal job in the centre. Ricky Larray has done a great job also on the wide side in defence, and Okubi he's done an amazing job as well on the left side too. And I tell you what, the speed that the two guys on the flank are showing, that's only going to help the forwards. I tell you what, if they can keep that wide game going, and that's instrumental, they've got to keep the wide game going. But staying with the defence, even in the goalkeeping department, Crepeau and Bourgeon, both guys have done a great job so far. And so far, you know, undefeated. Let's hope that can continue. Let's stay safe and say that, you know what, we've got a massive team coming in Mexico. It's not going to be easy. Mexico's hurting, lost 2-0 against the US, and it was a fiery game. The end of that game, it was a meltdown. Anyway, enough of that. But I'm saying the defence for Canada has done a great job so far. Midfield, I tell you, could you ask for more? Steven Eustáquio, Mark Anthony Kaye, done a great job too. You really have to ask yourself how lucky we are to have this team of the day we've got. And it doesn't stop there. Obviously up front, you've had great influence from all of the 6 guys that I always talk about. You know, Kyle Larin doesn't get enough praise. He doesn't get enough praise. Nor does Osorio. Doesn't get enough praise. Jonathan David, wow, what a superstar. Got 2 shirts coming. More about that later. Alphonso Davies. Alphonso, whoa. He keeps the ball in play. Destroys Panama's day. Alphonso, whoa. You know, what can you say about Alphonso? The hometown guy, I think this game against Mexico has a better chance. You know, Tejon Buchanan. Magical skills. Another time, this game he can dazzle too. And let's not forget Junior Hoilett as well. You know, we have got such an array of talent up front, in midfield and defence, goalkeeping department. It's not a shock that we are where we are. I tell you, Canadians, it's not a shock. We've got a great squad, super coach, and the Federation is doing a massive job. Now, key players for the game. You couldn't rule in one or one. It's the whole team. This is a team philosophy where everybody works for each other. And I mean, they wear the badge. Umbro here, my love. But they wear the badge and they play for each other. And these guys are fighting, sacrificing to get to a World Cup because they know what it's taking and they want to get there. And they're wearing it. They're wearing that shirt every time they go down the tunnel to play for Canada. They're on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different Canada we've got going right now. And a lot of the players, like I talked to, the old national players, they're loving this. They're absolutely loving it. So, where Canada comes, you can't play and stay with one guy. And you can't keep supporting just Alphonso and Jonathan. You've got to support the whole team. Because for us to win 1-0 with Jonathan David getting the goal the last game, and I love this guy, I really do, You have to have a whole team performance to get you there. And it starts with the goalie and the defence and the midfield and riding the tackles and riding the fouls and getting no calls and keeping your head and staying in the game and not losing it like Tajon Buchanan did in a few games earlier. Now he's grown as a man in the game and he's now part of something big. We've learned a lot of stuff in this qualification zone so far in just 7 games. So Canada is not about one guy. It's a massive team philosophy and it's a brotherhood that is absolutely concrete strong. And it will show in the next game. No doubt about it. Now, Mexico, key players. I think there's 3 major key players. And we have to salute these key players of Mexico. So I'm going to start with Guillermo Ochoa in goal. He's 36 years old. 121 times he's played for Mexico. He's a senior. Great keeper, though. And he normally doesn't play a bad game. It's the people around him that let him down, like the defence of Mexico right now are letting him down, per se, in the last game against the US. But Ochoa is a super keeper, a gentleman, and a real campaigner for Mexico, an absolute legend. He'll have to figure massive in this game to keep Canada off the board. He'll have to be massive, and bigger than he was against the US. Believe me. Ochoa, love him. It's going to have to be big. The next one I'm going to talk about is Hector Herrera. He's got 92 caps for Mexico. He's probably going to get his 100th cap when they get to the World Cup in Qatar. That's beautiful. 31 years of age. He's another senior. We got a lot of young guys running around on this field, around a lot of these senior fellas. Mexico's got young guys too. Before you say anything, Mexicanos. But Hector Herrera, he's got to really figure in this game big for Mexico to get anything out of it. If he doesn't fix it in the middle and create something and get somebody on the end of it, like one of the forwards, it's going to be another long night for Mexico. I remember a 2-2 for Mexico in Commonwealth when it was on nasty grass. It was a terrible field. 2-2. Mexico struggled then. Mexico's going to struggle in this game for a few other reasons. We'll get to that later. But he's got to be creative and get things going for Mexico. And if he doesn't, then things don't happen. Now, on the top of that, you got Raul Jimenez coming back from their head injury with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yes, Lance, I recognise Wolverhampton Wanderers, my son. But Jimenez coming back from the injury, doing pretty good. He's now with the Mexican team in CONCACAF. Things get heavy. He's 30. He's also a senior player, coming to the senior end of the competition of Korea. And they don't have the legs, these 30-plus players, that the guys that are 21 and 22 have. Watch Canada run a lot of the game, and Mexico's going to have a fitness problem in the last 20. That game against the US took a lot out of Mexico, believe you me, people. So the last 20 minutes, just like the Panama game, mark my words, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But got to tell you, I think that before the game, I'd be quite happy with a 1-1. Knowing the capability of both teams, I think the home team needs to go for the 1-0 victory. It will not be easy. Mexico does not lie down, and they are going to be fighting to get a win, especially after losing against the Americans, Estados Unidos. They don't like that. So Mexicans hurting, they're going to be snarling, they're going to be looking for some points. Canada better be careful and stay out of playing in the middle, Canada. Don't play in the middle. Keep the ball wide all game long. Keep the ball wide all game long. That's my game thoughts on it. Keep the ball wide all game long. Crosses in from the wide side or cut in from the wing, Tajon, Alfonso, and have a shot on goal. As you cut in, the goal makes itself look lots bigger. So cut in, have a shot. That's one. The second one, go to the byline, cross it in, get your head on the end of it. There's another way. Or simply slide the pass through, someone runs in and taps it under Ochoa. So there's 3 things. That's what I'm thinking right now. The 4th thing is know the turf, the field. No more complaining about it, people. I know there's a lot of people not happy with the turf and yada, yada, yada. The bounce, it bounces 3 million times before you can control it. There's no roll on the ball, yada, yada. It is what it is. That's why I say keep it wide and start putting crosses in that are airborne. People get on the end of that. Doesn't matter about the turf. when you've got a cross coming in. But cross is in, get on the end of it, yeah? Or cut across and have a shot. Or as it comes to you, just hit it first time. Yes, if it blazes over, fine, don't worry about it. But hit it first time. But know the turf. We've played on it, Mexico hasn't. It's an advantage for us. Let's use it, let's go with it, and let's take the 3 points. That's the main thing. The tactical video, check this out right now. You're going to love it. All the Mexicans highlighted in red are not marking anybody. 2 defenders highlighted in yellow are the guys that are doing all the work. But nobody else is doing anything. And you got 4 Americans wide open, not marked. 3 in the kill zone, and 1 behind Weah for a back pass for a cross. Weah's looking to throw that ball or cross it into the kill zone right in front of Ochoa. What I'm thinking is that, well, it's pretty easy to see in the video what I was thinking. Mexico's midfield doesn't backtrack, not working hard enough. Nobody was marking. Boom, 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 boom. And the weather, hey, yeah, the weather is what it is, people. It's going to be cold. Okay, the weather, come game time, like I've been saying for quite some time, it's going to be -7. Now, that's pretty chilly on its own, but we're also going to have a wind of 23 k's an hour, constant, so that's going to make it a bit chillier too. And we're going to have wind gusts of 35 k's an hour. The 23 k's an hour and the wind gusting, it's going to be feeling like -15 just with the wind. When the wind gusts at you, it's going to be colder than -15. People, I'm telling you now, wrap up warm. Albertans, Canadians, you know to wrap up warm. I'm not going to tell you twice. But you've got a wind chill warning in and around this game. So cover your skin, get warm, people. I'm telling you for your own good. It can get really cold in that concrete building in Edmonton. Like I say, -7 at kickoff, and the wind gusts 35 k's an hour. It's going to make it feel like minimum -15. Just like what's on that monitor with the cold weather, get used to it. Because Tuesday, it's going to be bloody cold. And we're going to have a battle with Mexico. It's not going to be friendly. It's going to be a battle to the end. And the crowd, have a great time, people. You Edmontonians, just go bazonkers. Canadian fans jumping in. Joseph especially, have a great time, son. And everybody else, go Canada, go. We're in this. I'm saying it should be a 1-1, but I'm looking for a 1-0. Mexico's hurting. They will be looking for points. And on the 4 games coming in, looking at the board, Jamaica, USA, 1-0 USA. Costa Rica, Honduras, 1-0 Costa Rica. Panama, El Salvador, 1-0 Panama. We could hope that El Salvador will do us a favour. And Canada, Mexico, like I say, I'm thinking 1-1. Hopefully 1-0. And if we get it right, it could be 2-0. But Mexico, -7 game time. At the end of game time, -11. You're going to freeze you know what's off. And wind, 23 degrees up to 35 gusts. And snow on the ground. It couldn't line up any better, Canadians. If you ever wanted to take on Mexico on home field on a Canadian nasty cold day, this is the time. And this could be our time, people. So let's have it, Canada. Let's go bazonkers in the cold. And let's have a 1-0. If you would give me 1-0 right now, I'm ready to have a happy night. Boom. Okay, talk to you after the game. And let's hope we see Canada put the ball in the back of the net. Just like that. Adios, amigos. We'll talk to you later. We are out. Come on back for the postgame.